Very good morning to all the students of class 10 So, as we have already done this poem, Just As Snow, written by American poet, very famous poet Robert Frost. Very small 8-line poem, 2 stanzas are there, but having very deeper metaphorical meaning. Let me give you a very brief intro of this. You can say a summary of this poem. In very first stanza, poet tells that he was standing under a hemlock tree. The background of the poem is that the weather is winter. It's the winter weather. Poet is standing under a hemlock tree. Hemlock tree is quite poisonous tree, which is considered a sign of ill omen. And the poet just was standing beneath, and a crow alighted that tree, means a crow entered that tree, and it shook its body, and due to that act of crow, snowflakes, or you can say dust of snow, fell on shoulders of the poet. Just a small act it is, right? Now, crow is also considered a bird of ill omen. Hemlock is poisonous tree, and winter weather is also associated with negativity. So all these things happened in the first stanza. But now, when poet was standing there, he was already sad. You can say he was having a bad day or bad mood that day, and so in second stanza, in first stanza, he told that he already had the gloomy day, sad day, and this incident occurred in his life. In second stanza, actually he converts this negative incident into positive ones. He started getting positive vibes. Earlier, his day was not that good. He was feeling low, he was feeling bad, and suddenly this small act of getting snowflakes on one's shoulder, you can say he became quite cheerful with this act. It has given my heart a change of mood and saved some part of a day I had to do. Otherwise, he would have wasted that day, but he did not. He was rejoicing that finally something happened with me. Otherwise, I was going to spend a very dull, boring, and you can say such kind of day. But now this incident has saved my life by bringing a beautiful change. Yeah. So now let's do the question answers. The very first question I'll be giving on the basis of all the 8 lines altogether because it's quite short poem. I won't be dividing into stanza wise. Right? Very first question is name the poem and the poet. Name the poem and the poet. And better during exams as well as in the notebooks, never write name is equal to poem name, poet name. I'll be putting a big cross. You're not supposed to write single word answers when you are in class 10. Fine? You're supposed to write complete sentences. The name of the poem is Dust of Snow and the poet is Robert Frost. Clear? Name of the poem in single inverted commas as well as name of the poet also in single inverted commas. Clear? And write in complete sentences. And you can say clear? So the very first question is name of the poem and the poet. So as per the, you can say, format I have already discussed, whenever we write the name of the poem and name of the poet, we write in complete sentences. The student will be writing like name is equal to or name poet is equal to, that will be big clause. You won't be getting any mark for that. Clear? Now note down the second question. What does the crow do? Second question is, what does the crow do? Now, anyone who knows the answer can raise hand. I'll be unmuting you. You can answer it with us. What does the crow do? I can't see the raised hands, beta. It shook its body, and due to that act, very good. Many students are raising hands now. I can see. Yes, I got answer from her Simran. She's sending me. The crowd shook. The crow shook down on the poet from the hemlock tree. Beta, what does it say? It shook snowflakes. Very good, Saksham. Saksham is saying crow flaps its wings to remove snowflakes from its body, and it finally fell upon poet. Well done, beta. Clear? Yes, Vivan wants to answer. I'm going to unmute you, beta. Yes, Vivan, unmute yourself. Yes, Vivan, unmute yourself, beta. You can answer. You have raised your hand to answer. Can you listen me, Vivan? Yes, beta, unmute yourself. I guess he's not able to. Yes, Dakshita has sent the answer. Crow shakes its body, and because of this, snowflakes fell on the body of the poet. Fine. Here, yes, Navya, I'm going to repeat this answer for you. I'm reading your text side by side. So, what does the crow do? The crow alighted the tree suddenly and shook its body, and due to that act, snowflakes fell upon the poet. That's it. You need not add on the answers because this is stanza-based answers. Whatever is asked to you, you will be answering that only. Okay. Now, for next question, just whosoever will raise the hand, I will unmute that child. Third question is, where was the poet standing? Very easy. I want maximum participation. Where was the poet standing? Okay, Tanya, unmute yourself, beta.
Poet was standing under a poisonous tree called hemlock.
Very good. Exactly all the adjectives she has mentioned. Well done, Tanya. Poet was standing under a hemlock tree, which is considered poisonous. She has added the adjective into it. Many students will write the poet was standing under a tree. That is not a wrong answer, but in class 10, we expect the detailed answer. In few words also, you can give the details. Fine, well done. Now, next question is, note down, beta. How did this act affect the poet? How did this act affect AFFECT, beta? Now there is a difference. This affect is verb. You might have read this word effect also. But here you will write this word. Effect is noun here. if I say what are the side effects of eating junk food, so that is effect, that is noun. Clear? And when I say how does junk food affect us, here that is the verb. So I'm using the word affect here. AFFECT. Clear, beta? So my question is, how did this act affect the poet? Now raise your hands. Yes. Rule number 8 is sending. Bisam is saying that act of crow left poet with a sense of optimism. This is the answer given by Bisam. Poet was left doubtful after crow's specific action. Yes, raise your hands, those who want to answer. Tanya is again there. Anybody else? Beta, I want new students. She has already given one answer. I want any other. Only Tanya is raising hand. See. 10-3, buck up, beta. Very easy question it is. Okay, Tanya, answer it.
Ma'am, the views or thoughts of the poet were transformed on ill omens as it turned him from sorrow to cheerfulness. He thought of ill omen as snowflakes were on his shoulder under a poisonous tree hemlock, but his day went good and some of the time of the poet was wasted.
Are you reading from somewhere?
No, ma'am.
You're just reading. Okay, fine. Because I'm not able to see reading, that's why. You can mute yourself, beta. So we need not give that much explanation because the stanza is you just need to write. So this when poet, you can say, praised this act of falling snowflakes on him under a hemlock tree by a crow, which is considered to be signs of ill omens. But rather than taking it in negative way, he took it in a positive manner. After this small act, he became positive that at least there was something good in this whole long day. Here, was it? This is enough for, you can say, 2 marks or 3 mark question. Clear? So the poet took this incident very positively. He could have taken, बोले सकता था, he could have taken this act as a sign of ill omen, but he did not take this act as negative one. He took it very positively that at least something good happened in such a long day. Otherwise, I would have wasted my whole day. Clear? Now, beta, fifth question is, how did the poet save some part of his day? This is actually, I have already discussed in the fourth answer only. Question is, how did the poet save some part of his day? Clear? Yes, section, I'm going to repeat better. How did the poet save some part of his day? How did the poet save some part of his day? The poet was already having a gloomy day. First, we need to mention that the poet was already having a gloomy day. Gloomy. Gloomy is sad. It's quite sad also, but I want it to uplift your vocabulary. The poet was already having a gloomy day, but that small act of falling snowflakes actually brought cheerfulness in his mood, actually brought cheerfulness in his mood because he thought at least some change was there in his dull day. Yes, now I'm getting the answer from Princey. The poet saved a chunk of his day by changing his mood to amiable. You need to write amiable. Yes, by not being pessimistic is right also, beta. The poet saved the day by not being pessimistic. He was quite optimistic. He saved a chunk of his day, a part of his day by not ruining his mood. R-U-I-N. This is the spelling of ruining. Clear? By not ruining his mood. Clear? So now, we have done these 5 questions based on stanza. Now, come on, thinking about the poem. First question, textual question, beta, page number, same page where poem is written, because this is such a short poem. Questions are also written under this poem. What is the dust of snow? What does the poet say has changed his mood? How has the poet's mood changed? We have already discussed these in stanza page. 3 parts are there. What is the dust of snow? Raise your hands, beta. What is dust of snow? Very simple answer. Only Tanya is raising hand. Others. Isha, Preet. Yes, beta. Unmute yourself, Isha, Preet.
Ma'am, the dust of snow means the fine particles of snow.
Yes, beta. Very good. Mute yourself. The fine particles of snow. Fine. What is the dust of snow? You can say it is fine particles, or you can also write a fine mass. M-A-S-S. Mass also, particles also, both are correct. Dust of snow is a fine mass of snow. That's it. You need not write anything extra in this. Now, second part is, what does the poet say has changed his mood? Raise your hand, beta. What has? I'll be announcing the best notebook also soon. I'm just observing many students in your class, they have received very good remarks by me. A good effort is given, but the students who have received the remark, well done, keep it up, or very good, fine, they are in the category of best notebook. So those who have received good only, they can come into the next category, and those who have already received, you can continue. The student who will be continuously receiving different remarks by me, fine, I'll be adding into it. I'm writing the name of the child also. Well done, Tanya. Well done, Lakshita. In that way, if you receive such remarks, then you are in the category of top 3 English notebooks. Here I'll be announcing after 3 checkings. 1 checking is done. When 2 more checkings will be done. After that, I'll be announcing student of English class, best English notebook of English class. Clear, beta? So please keep writing in that way only. Yes, now Bisam is writing the act of crow. What does the poet say has changed his mood? Beta, it's not the act of crow. Rian is saying who has not received any mark, they need to improve their presentation, beta. To whom I have not given any remark, it does not mean the work is bad. You need to present your work in such a way that I am forced to write something. Here, most of the students, I guess, more than 10 or 12 students have received remarks. Those who have not, kindly update your performance. Clear, beta? Not only the handwriting part, but presentation also, handwriting and answers. Answers are written correctly without mistakes, without doing grammatical mistakes. So many things are seen better. Yes, the dust of snow changed the poet's mood, Isha Preet is saying. Fine. So what changed the poet's mood? The act of falling snowflakes by a crow tree changed the poet's mood. Clear? Tanya, if you better not having book, better please arrange. Tanya, kindly arrange the book if you're not having, or you can have PDF version of your book. There is one app called Diksha. You can download that app and all the PDFs of all the texts are available over there, beta. Clear? But I recommend hard copies of books, beta. Otherwise, clear? But if you are not able to, then for that time sake, you can download Diksha app and you can download the PDF of the book. Without text, कुछ समझ नहीं आएगा. So now is how has the poet's mood changed? Same answer we have discussed. Otherwise, he was having a gloomy day. The act of falling snowflakes upon him under a hemlock tree changed his mood altogether, and he thought otherwise he could have wasted the day, but it actually saved his day. We have discussed it n number of times. Same answer is there. Now come to second question, beta. How does Frost present nature in this poem? The following questions are there. So now Robert Frost was nature lover. He has used, you can say, symbols of nature, trees, birds, symbol nodes, forest, woods, everything, every part of the nature he has used in his poetry. So now they are saying first part is what are the birds that are actually named in, that are usually named in poems. They are not asking about in this poem. They are saying usually what sort of bird names are used by most of the poets. Do you? I have already discussed with you when I was teaching you the text, since we were discussing the stanzas, that usually I'll be writing the spelling of these words. Usually, usually the nightingale, you need not do the numbering. You need to write it down flat. Usually the nightingale, the cuckoo bird, Cuckoo, the cuckoo bird, and the lark, etc. Usually the nightingale, the cuckoo bird, and the lark, etc. are the birds which are commonly used by poets, which are commonly named by poets in their poetry or in their poems. Here, this is the first question. Do you think the crow is also mentioned in poems? No. Crow is not oftenly used in the poems because crow is considered a bird of ill omen. Here I already told you in the beginning. So crow is considered a bird of ill omen. That's why it is not usually or oftenly used in any of the poems. What images come to your mind when you think of a crow? We think about ill omens, negativity, or you can also use the word inauspicious, which is inauspicious. Here, ill omens, negativity. Actually, you need to write, we have inauspicious image of crows in our minds. Auspicious occasions are auspicious things which have some value in our life. But crow never used by most of the poets, rarely used word. So it seems to be inauspicious. Clear? So a crow has inauspicious image in our mind. It is considered to be a word of ill omen and negative. Here, first answer. Second part of second question. Question is, what is a hemlock tree? Hemlock tree is considered a poisonous tree tree with small white flowers on it. Yeah, these questions are in the repetition mode only. So hemlock tree is a poisonous tree, but addition is that poisonous tree with small white flowers on it. Next part they have asked, why doesn't the poet write about a more beautiful tree, such as a maple or an oak or a pine? Anyone who can answer this? The way poet could choose any birds, but he did not choose these birds because these birds are considered very melodious birds who have very melodious voice. So he chose crow, which is associated with harsh voice or harsh qualities. Similarly, poet did not choose because he Visham, Bache, you need not write bona. It is not in the English dictionary. You want to go and in that way use proper language. So I need to say here, the poet does not choose maple, oak, or pine trees because he wanted to show grief. He wanted to show sadness, and only hemlock tree is there, which is associated with sadness and grief. G-R-I-E. Clear? Now, what do the crow and hemlock represent? Joy or sorrow? What does the dust of snow that the crow shakes off hemlock tree stand for? Yes, beta. Crow and hemlock already represent negative symbols of gloominess, of grief. Here, that way, and dust of snow also, which was shaken off by the crow, it also shows the symbol of sorrow. Here, all these things are actually considered the symbol of sorrow. Here, now the third question is, it's upon you, beta. Have there been times when you felt depressed or hopeless? This is a personal question. Have you experienced a single moment that changed your mood that day? Two parts are there. You will be doing on it. You will answer. I will not discuss the answer of this question because you need to discuss your personal account. Or this question should be in 30-40 words only, not, or you can say 40 to 50 words, not more than that. So you discuss that yes, everybody has gloomy days in life. I do have when this happened with me, whatsoever incident you want to share. Yeah, and how that incident changed your mood. In 2 lines, you can explain that. That is your choice on the last question. Yeah. So you need to write 5 stanza-based questions and all the textual questions which we have discussed now of page number, you can say 14 in your peer notebooks. Yes. Start doing side by side so that there is no accumulation of the work. Tomorrow we will be doing writing skill. Yeah. Thank you. Have a nice day.